Hey everybody, it's Chad with Nobody Else's Auto. Thanks for stopping by the Sunday night live chat this evening. We'll give everybody a few seconds to start jumping on, and then we'll get rolling here in a little bit. All right, we've got some people on with us, so let's go ahead and get started tonight. As always, thanks for coming back. I'm still amazed that you guys want to keep coming back and hanging out with me. I'm having fun doing it. I hope you guys are enjoying it. As always, if you've got comments, questions, go ahead and throw them up there, and we'll sure try to get to any of those that we can. Now we got Rico and Jess on with us. Thanks for being here, guys. Always great to see you jumping on with us. Terry's asking how the weather. That is up for debate actually right now, Terry, because when I went and looked outside about 10 minutes ago, the temperature dropped about 20 degrees. It got all cloudy, and I'm sitting here in the shop and I can hear the wind howling. So weather might be an interesting question yet this evening, Terry. Got Jason on with us, Texas. Randy's on with us. So everybody's hopping on. Great. Ken left me a message yesterday. Depends on what it was about. I've got one or two I haven't gotten to. I got to most of them, I thought. So you can always give me a shout back when we get done tonight, or give me a shout in the morning. We got Omaha on with us. So got the crowd building up. And once again, thanks for being here, guys. And having a good time. We got Chris on YouTube. Hey, Chris, glad you're here. As always, we're on two platforms. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube, both live. So anybody can jump on, hang out with us. If you're on Facebook, great. If you're on YouTube, great. If you got friends who are not on Facebook but they want to come hang out with us, just let them know they can jump on YouTube with us also. So Tim from Canada is here. Arizona's here. All right, we're kind of hitting all the corners of the country tonight. So anyway. Lots of things happening. Been a bananas week for me, just trying to get regrouped from being gone last week at Indianapolis at the Mecum auction, and just getting caught back up. Everything else in the real world doesn't stop when you're out of town, so things get pretty crazy when I get back. And then, of course, shipments pile up, so I'm not here to package them and ship them and things like that. So, and well, that's an interesting Wenatchee. We got Wenatchee, I think, on YouTube. I think that's what it's supposed to be. Wisconsin's on. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for being here. So most of my week consisted of getting caught up. We had a bunch of rain while I was gone, so I couldn't get a lot done at the yard. And so which didn't really matter much. I had a ton of other stuff to do. Got a few things picked up this week, few cars from new inventory. California's on YouTube. Thanks for being here, California. And got caught up enough to get out of here Friday night, which was exciting. Florida, there we go, California to Florida. I got Florida on Facebook, so we're coast to coast. We're live, coast to coast, officially. Got out of here Friday night, went down to Wichita to Kansas International Dragway. I hope a lot of you guys that are on with us have caught the videos of Studezilla that I posted. Don't know how many guys on here are drag racing fans. I am, always have been. Grew up here in Great Bend, Kansas, home of the very first NHRA national event. Grew up around it, never not known about being around drag racing. A lot of friends involved. And so Friday night we got out of here and ran down to Wichita. And the Pacific Northwest is on. There we go. So we're bouncing all over the country. Went down to Wichita, Kansas International Dragway to the Summer Nationals. My buddy Scott Palmer was there. Run around with Scott for a long, long time. Super good guy, and always love to go see him. Just doesn't always work out, especially the last couple of years when they were running the entire NHRA circuit with the top fuel car, and so it's tough to get to see him get caught up. So anytime they're remotely close, we always try to get together. With them being in Wichita, they were just an hour and 45 minutes away. So we ran down Friday night, got to see Scott and Crystal and all them and hang out with them. And always have a great time. They had the top fuel car there. They had Studezilla there, along with J.R. Sandlin, who actually doesn't own the facility, but he owns doesn't own the actual property, but he owns the drag strip or the operation of the drag strip. Him and his partner Johnny Nitro. how cool do you got to be to have a nickname called Johnny Nitro? But it's pretty cool to be called Johnny Nitro. So those guys put on a heck of a show. 53 Buick Fender. Depends on which one we were talking about. I have to go back through my notes on that. And Michigan. Thanks for being here, Michigan. So I went down to Wichita to Kansas International Dragway, got to hang out with Scott Palmer. And J.R. Sandlin, like I was telling you, the guy that owns the racetrack down there, he's had a Pro Mod 70 Chevelle for quite a while. And obviously, Scott got the bright idea to put the nitro setup in the Studebaker Pro Mod. So they put a similar type combination setup in JR Chevelle. So there were 2 nitro Pro Mods there. The only time they tried to make it hit Friday night, they did not get all the way down the track. They both launched, but they're still trying to sort those cars out. You're taking the 10,000 horsepower powertrain setup and putting it in a configuration where it's never been done before. Obviously, they run on a top fuel car. You've got a 300-inch dragster. They know how those cars react. They know what they do. You put them in a nitro funny car. They know how they react because they do it every weekend. They know how they react to those engines, that power, and how to utilize the clutch management, the fuel management, things like that to get them down the track. Nobody's ever put it in a door car before, except Scott, because it seemed like a good idea at the time, which that has a tendency to happen when you hang around Scott Palmer. It seems like a good idea. Let's try it. But the engine placement is different than a funny car. The wheelbase is different than a funny car. Plus, he still sits in the normal driver position on the left side of the car. Where a nitro funny car, the driver is sitting directly in line with the engine and transmission. So, super cool car. If you didn't catch those videos, be sure to go check them out. And like I said, awesome. In fact, Bankshift.com, my buddy Chad Reynolds owns Bankshift.com. I actually shared the video on Bankshift.com this morning of the walk around where Scott gives us some details about the car and did get a great burnout video, just a short burnout video, got right down to the starting line. So be sure to check those out. But like I said, it was a great time. At least we got out of here, got out and did something, and got down there. They had Pro Mods, they had jet cars, they had quite a turnout down there in Wichita this weekend. So it was pretty cool to go down and see those guys and just get to hang out. So be sure to check those videos out, and you can check out Scott Palmer too and see what he's got. Follow him, see what he's got cooking. And if you're down around Wichita, obviously check out the track down there. They got a great facility and a great thing going there too. So that was kind of my break for the week. Of course, we didn't get out of the track till 12:45 Friday night and had to drive home. But which is crazy as that sound, is actually pretty early. There's been times I haven't left that track till 4 in the morning when we've been down there at the Summer Nationals. So, but it was fun. And we had a good time doing it. So another topic, and I know there's some of you guys that have been waiting on this for quite a while, and I'm still fighting it, trying to figure out what I need to do. I think I've got a plan. I think the state has told me what I can and can't do, but it's not done yet. Titles. The state of Kansas changed their title policy this spring, and I know that there are some of you guys out there that have wanted to buy vehicles that I have not been able to get titles on yet, and thought I was going to be able to get them as soon as they opened the state back up. When they did that, I tried to get them done. They said, no, the rules have changed. And I can still get them done, but it's a slightly different process than what it has been for the last 10 years. So one of my objectives for this week is to start on the new process that the state of Kansas is requiring. I am still going to be able to get antique titles on these vehicles. If it's not running, it's going to be a non-highway title. They do not say that. They don't have them printed on there as non-highway, but they do note it in the state of Kansas's system when they do that. So back to the title process. I'm going to be working on it again. So if you're one of the guys out there that has been waiting to touch base with me on something, that's where I'm at on it. I just don't have a good answer yet until hopefully once I start the process and see what I'm up against, I'll have a little better idea. F&E Collector Auto Auction, October 3rd. My partner and I put that deal together every year. Chris Froster with Car Auction Real Estate out of Larned, Kansas. Him and I have put together a pretty good little regional collector auto auction. We have a lot of fun doing that also. I got a few more cars, picture shot of them last week. Those should be up this week. And got a few phone calls on some other ones. So stay tuned on that. If you are on Facebook, we do have a Facebook page, fecollectorautoauctions.com. If you're on YouTube, we do have a new channel built. There's not much on it because we just put the channel together a couple weeks ago. but it's also FNEcollectorAutoAuction.com. Plus, we've got our website, which is FEClassicCarAuction.com. So there's going to be more pictures going up on the website this week. And like I said, we've had some phone calls, some guys that are going to be getting stuff out this week, getting it rinsed off and getting ready to do pictures. So be sure to stay up with that. Lots of cool things going on there, and looking forward to having a heck of a sale this year with that. So, anybody ready to do some trivia? We're kind of going through things pretty quick tonight. Haven't had a lot of questions pop up. So far, it seems to be feeding me. So if you are asking questions and I have not addressed them, go ahead and repost in case I am missing something. Oh, trivia time. Got another can tonight. An STP can. We gave one of these away a couple of months ago. It's a cool little can. It's a 10-ounce can, and really good color. It's got a few dents in it, but the paint and the colors and everything are really cool on it. So neat little STP can that we'll send to the winner of trivia. So a couple weeks ago, I posted a video from any early 50s Willys Jeep stuff. Nothing there. Nothing on early 50s Willys Jeeps at all right now. The last video, can anyone put a car in your auction, Steve? Yes, absolutely. It is almost all consignment stuff. That is exactly what it is. It's kind of a miniature of a lot of the big collector auto auctions. So it's all consignment stuff. Like I said, everybody calls us, and we will take pictures of them, and they can send pictures in. We'll do the paperwork, we list them, and we put them on multiple platforms. We do an auction package on CollectorCar.com. We do an auction package on Hemmings Online. We do some advertising with Autobuy. They go on their website. They go on our website, obviously, and we use Proxibid for online bidding. So we'll go on Proxibid also. So anybody that does consign a vehicle with us, we do everything we can to get the word out and market your vehicle effectively, and try to bring the buyers in. So yes, it's all consignment. It's open to anybody. So if anybody does want to list anything, you can give me a shout on that too after we get done. So let's see. Ohio finally got on. Okay, let's get the trivia real quick, and then we'll hit a few of these other questions while I'm watching the trivia answers. The last video I posted from Pioneer Village it showed one of the newest car they've got in there, but it also showed the oldest Buick known to exist. What year is that car? So, what year is the Buick from the last Pioneer Village that I posted? It is supposedly the oldest Buick car known to exist. So, anyway, let's get to some questions while I watch for the answer. Frame swap ideas on a 51 Chevy pickup. Ideas other than an S10 swap. Richard, what I did on the Cabo before that we're building, we used a Dodge Dakota chassis. Mike Shook at Auto Artistry put that truck together for me. He's used Dakota frames on several builds that he has done. Jess got it. 1905. That's correct. 1905 was the oldest Buick known to exist, and it is in the Pioneer Village Museum. The Buick Motor Company was founded in 1903. However, the oldest known Buick to exist is a 1905, and that is in Pioneer Village. So Jess Cotter got it. We'll get a hold of Jess after we get done tonight. So back to the frame swap question. And Dodge Dakota has a frame. The frame that we used was out of an 01 Dodge Dakota, two-wheel drive, and it came out of an extended cab pickup. Now, after looking at that frame, and this was, like I said, this is my buddy Mike Shook out of Auto Artistry in Russell, Kansas. He's the one that suggested this. We pulled that Dakota apart. Right in the middle of that frame, it had about 3 foot of perfectly straight frame rail. And there's also a factory seam in that area. Basically, what he does when he uses those Dakota frames is basically splits that factory seam, that factory weld, slides the chassis in or out to where he needs it for the wheelbase, and re-welds the factory seam. So that Dodge Dakota, like I said, the one we're using is an 01 Dodge Dakota, two-wheel drive. The Dodge Dakota was set up, at least the 01s were. In fact, all of them, I think, were for a V8. An 01, you could get a 4.7 V8 in them, so it's a wider engine bay than an S10. The steering on a two-wheel drive Dakota from the early 2000s is a rack and pinion bolted to the front of the engine cross member. So where your oil pan comes down and your exhaust comes down behind the cross member, depending on what powertrain you use, if you're putting a V8 in it, set up like that, there's nothing back there to have to work around when you set the engine up. It's wide open behind the cross member. So, Richard, on your question on a frame swap, Dodge Dakota is what I've seen people starting to use. And the one we used on that cab over Ford worked out great, and that would be something I would probably look at. Like I said, that's what my buddy Mike Shook at Auto Artistry in Russell, Kansas suggested, and was a great idea for our build. So you might look into, check into some Dodge Dakota chassis. Another question on the auction. The fee to sell with us at F&E Collector Auto Auctions, $150 entry fee if you're going to run no reserve, $250 entry fee if you're going to run with a reserve. What that fee covers is all that marketing, all those website packages we buy to put your vehicle out there. And so that's what that entry fee covers. If it sells, whether you run no reserve and we know we're going to sell it, or whether you run with a reserve and it does hit reserve, the sell fee is 5%. The buyer's premium is 6%. So Tim's chimed in. The first vehicle was built was the Flint wagon. Yeah, that's probably true, Tim. I remember reading some of that too. So, but the oldest car known to exist is the one in Pioneer Village, and at least that's what they're saying. So, how do I go about seeing inventory of Chevy cars? There's just not really a good way to go about seeing every Chevy car I've got on the ground. There's just too many of them. Yeah, I had two come in this week. It just changes that quick. So it would depend on what kind of Chevy you're looking for, Mark. So, like I said, the best thing to do is give me a call. Tell me what you want to do, what you're trying to accomplish with your build, and see if I've got anything that can help you out. There's just, like I said, there's just too many of them. So anyway, I think that catches us up on questions for the time being. New inventory. I did have have time to pick up a few things this week, not a lot, but I did get a few things picked up that will be in a new inventory video coming up this week. Picked up something kind of different, kind of funky that is kind of, and I know a lot of you guys that are hanging out here with me know that I'm trying to think ahead. What's going to be next? What to be paying attention for? I had a car come in this week that was definitely kind of fit the bill on that I'm definitely going to keep, set it off in the corner for the time being. It's a 1990, so it's crazy to think a 1990 is 30 years old now and literally almost an antique. I had a 1990 Ford Probe come in, which in its day was kind of a funky little car. They were kind of futuristic. They were kind of sporty. Haven't seen one in a really, really long time. So, and it is pretty much intact. So, had a 1990 Ford Probe come in. So, we'll work that into a video this week. 69 Impala, just a basic four-door. Nothing spectacular, but I didn't have any 69 full-size Chevys here, so I went ahead and grabbed that. And I also picked up a 77 Camaro this week, roller. No motor or tranny in it, and the seats are going out of it. But all the body parts are there, doors, front clips, all there, headers there, car rolls and everything. So we'll get a new video put together on that stuff for this week on new inventory. And we will also we'll try to get another one out of the new yard, probably. Try to keep working through that. I get busy and kind of forget about it, and there's sometimes we don't get over there, but definitely want to try to bring you some more there. Of course, some of that depends on how much rain we may be getting right now. So, because we have potential for flash flood warnings tonight, but we'll see how that goes, and hopefully it won't get too bad. Because when we get out towards the further we go back in the yard, it gets soft pretty quick. So, I've got everything up front rocked, but the further back we get, it kind of tapers off, gets a little lower, and it gets wet back there. So, Got another big project working that don't have all the details worked out on yet, but working with my buddy Chad Reynolds at bankshift.com on a big giveaway, on a vehicle giveaway. So stay tuned for that. Hope to have the details hammered out on that deal here within a couple of weeks, but might get a chance to win a vehicle from us. So it, like I said, we've got some partners involved with this deal, and a lot of good ideas and a lot of really cool ideas getting thrown around. Definitely looking forward to seeing what comes out of this project. And the reason we want to do it is the drag strip here in Great Bend, Kansas. And I've touched on the drag strip here before, and I don't know if a lot of you guys are familiar with our drag strip. Here in Great Bend, Kansas, we actually have the drag strip where Wally Parks held the very first NHRA national event in 1955. We had a B-29 base here. They took one of the runways, and that's where they held the very first national event. So it's a pretty historic deal. They've got a ton of memorabilia that went with this deal that they've gathered up over the years. The club that put the national event on in conjunction with Wally Parks and NHRA in 1955 was called the Sunflower Rod and Custom Association. Back in the 90s, that club was reformed, reignited, so to speak, and that is who once again runs the drag strip, is the Sunflower Rod and Custom Association. Now, they did last year have some big news. They managed to get a grant that covered almost the entire cost of putting in a brand new drag strip. Basically, from the front of the staging lanes all the way down well into the shutdown is going to be torn out, ground up, down into the dirt, put the ground up concrete down, I think, for a base, but go clear back down to the dirt, start from scratch, and have a perfectly flat, brand new, all concrete drag strip. So they are trying now. The grant covered the track itself, the flat portion. The club is trying to raise funds to help pay for the guard wall, to go ahead and pour a guard wall, a full concrete guard wall, while they're pouring the track. The grant will not cover that. They are trying to raise funds, and they've got a button on their website, srcadragstrip.com, where you can go in and donate to this project. But this is a couple $100,000 deal that they're trying to come up with the funds to do that. We got Ned on from San Jose. Hey, Ned, glad you're back with us. So we're working on this big giveaway to give a vehicle away to help generate attention and try to get people to donate to the Sunflower Rod and Custom Association to build the guard walls. And then obviously they'll have to redo the timing system, and move some other things around like that. It's all not included in the grant. So they're trying to raise funds for that. So, Chad Reynolds with bankshift.com and I have been talking. He's got some other, Chad knows a lot of people. He's got some other people that are willing to help us try to put this deal together and try to do it as a benefit for the Sunflower Rod and Custom Association. So if you're into drag racing, if you like car history, you like old hot rods, definitely check out the stuff that's going on out there. The track is 100% volunteer. Club members run it. They go out there and they sit in the ET shack all day on their own time. They run the staging lanes. They sit there and run the tree all on their own time. It's all volunteer. So really cool deal, and super excited about the future out there. So that's why we're working on this vehicle giveaway. And yes, it's going to be one of my vehicles that we're going to give away. So it's kind of a neat project, and hopefully we'll have all the I's dotted and T's crossed here in the next couple of weeks. To where we can make a full formal announcement on that. So lots of things happening, but like I said, check out the SRCA drag strip. Check out what they've got going on. Lots of cool things happening out there, and looking forward to helping take that track into the next century. So big supporter of them. Do anything I can to try to help them. They actually help us at the auction also. The Friday night before the auction, we do a open house, just a free open house, let people come out and check things out. We do some raffles that night, and any donations that we raise that night and any of the funds from the raffles that we give away that night all benefit the Sunflower Rod and Custom Association also. So lots of big projects in the works with those guys. Try to help them however I can, and it's just a really neat deal. The history that's out there and the fact that it's all volunteer, the club that handles it and runs it. So anyway, that's about what I've got tonight. I guess we'll start wrapping things up. Anybody got any other questions, go ahead and throw them up there. We'll definitely get you squeezed in here at the end. And as always, thanks a lot for hanging out with me, guys. I can't believe you guys want to come in here and hang out with me. It's a blast. Like I always tell you, I'm just the lucky one that gets to sit here and interact with you. I can't thank you enough for being here. As always, if you have specific questions on vehicles or parts, give me a call, and so we can talk about what you're trying to do, what you want your build to be, where you're going with your build, or if you're looking for a specific project car, I need to know what that is so we can see if we've got anything. So, all right, yep, it looks like we're getting caught up here. Thanks, Mark. Got a new follower with Mark on with us. Thanks for being here tonight. And like I said, give me a shout. You got any questions? Anybody got any vehicles you want to run in the auction? Give me a call. Yeah, Steve, you can call me about the auction. Like I said, my partner and I pretty much handle most of it. Chris Roche from Car Auction, myself. Obviously, I've got a fairly extensive car background. He's got an extensive auction background. We put the two concepts together, and this will actually be our 5th one. So, looking for some big things out of the F&E Collector Auto Auction this year, and getting super excited about it. Got talking to a lot of people about some really cool cars. We've got a beautiful 70 Nova already up on the website, and a 70 Mustang Mach 1 428 Cobra Jet 4-speed car on there. And like I said, we're October 3rd. We're a few months out, but now is when the calls are starting to come in, which they are. And so hopefully we're going to have a lot more cool stuff listed here soon. So as always, thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate you being here. I can't believe how lucky I am to get to sit here and hang out with you guys. Love the interaction, and appreciate you guys hanging out and joining in for the fun. If you've got any ideas, go ahead and let me know. Post them up. I try to catch some of the posts after the fact. It's impossible to do them all, but if you've got ideas about what you want to talk about, anything you want me to talk about, anything you want me to show you, I've got some thumbs up even on YouTube. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. That's what we're here for. This isn't about me. This is about all of us hanging out about what we like. So if I've got something you guys want me to talk about, more than happy to do it. If you've got topics we want to talk about, let me know. We can talk about them and have a good time. If you've got friends that aren't on with us, let them know. Tell them to come jump on with us. If they're on Facebook, they can jump on with us. And or if they're not on Facebook, they can always jump on YouTube. Anybody can get on YouTube and just jump on with us. It's not a big deal. So the more people we have on, the funner it is. Everybody has different ideas. Everybody has good topics, and that's what makes it fun, and that's what makes this deal work. At least so far, it can't just be me. I know that. So anyway, thanks for being here. New video tomorrow night. It'll either be, like I said, depending on what the weather does. Hopefully we can get out and get some stuff shot. Should be a new inventory video this week. Probably one from the new yard, and we'll get a Pioneer Village video up probably Friday night. We did not do that this Friday because we were at the drags. And I love Studezilla, and I hope you guys did too. So I went in and posted the Studezilla video for Friday night. So we will catch you tomorrow night on the next video. Toy Tuesday will be more memorabilia from Mecum out of the John Axbach collection on Tuesday night. We'll try to do that live on the Nobody Else's Auto page. We tried the Nobody Show page last week, and it still wasn't feeding comments. So Nobody Else's Auto live 7 o'clock Tuesday night will be Toy Tuesday. Then we will transfer that over to YouTube as soon as we get done with the live. So anyway, I guess that'll do it for tonight. Double check comments. It looks like we're caught up. Thanks for being here, everybody. We will see you soon. Got any questions, give me a call. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out the videos this week, and we will catch you later. Thanks a lot, everybody.